Libiano, I'm shocked. I really didn't expect you to do a video about me.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 27.
It's a trap!
Anyone who had tried to do that in the past has committed a career suicide. You are now my victim. I'll again show everyone how low tier you are and proof that you yourself destroyed your last remaining credibility as a Muslim apologist. You're going to pay for the one mistake, creating a response video about me. Everyone knows that you are a coward and you would have never dared to face me in an actual debate anyway.
Now, I had a Christian buffoon respond to me with a terrible response.
That's cute. Now watch how this buffoon will destroy you, bury you and your so-called prophecy 10 feet under. So in his response video, where he's going to supposedly refute me and the writer of the article which he stole the diagram from, he goes to chapter 48, ayah 27 to try to make a point. But watch how he has no idea how to read the Arabic Quran and makes blunder after blunder after blunder when he's trying his best to read the verse.
In Surah Al-Fath, verse 27, look what it says. لَقَدْ صَدَقَ اللَّهُ رَسُولَهُ الرُّؤْيَا بِالْحَقِّ لَتَدْخُلَنَّ.
It's لَتَدْخُلُنَّ يا جاهل لك يا مسكين.
لتدخلن
المسجد الحرام.
It's al-harama with the fatha on the letter meme.
الحرام إن شاء الله.
It's Allahu. You forgot the dhamma.
الله آمنين.
It's aminina.
آمنين.
This is unforgivable. Didn't they teach you at the madrasa to recite the Quran correctly, ya lesbiano? I mean, you're the Muslim, not me. At least respect your Quran when you try to read it. He made not one, not two, not three, but 4 different mistakes. Like, ya miskeen, you and what army are going to refute me while I didn't even lift a finger yet? I didn't even start yet. Why are you even trying to read the Arabic if you're going to corrupt the Quran anyway? Close shop, man. Your dawah days are over. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone makes reading mistakes. But when you're going to make a so-called perfect response video, you're going to call me names thinking that you can expose the opposition, then at least try to not embarrass yourself in front of your own audience at the very beginning of the video. Embarrassing. But let's continue anyway.
What's interesting, and I mentioned this already, all these reports have a consistent meta, meaning no single later narrator after Sa'id ibn Juhman adds or takes away from the significant details found in the report. Rather, across all the witnesses, the meta and the information, the content stays consistent, and we can date this back to the very least to the 1st century.
Now, this statement is just not true. The matan isn't consistent at all, and I'm going to prove it.
And everybody can take a look at their translation.
Abful, slow down. Should we not first check the grading of these hadiths in Musnad Ahmad? Could it be that it's da'if and maybe even the text inside the hadith is completely rejected? You know very well that your gullible audience won't fact check you anyway. You just love to get spanked again by moi, don't you? Here are the 2 hadiths in Musnad Ahmad in volume 34, pages 55 to 58. We can find hadith 20:41-3 and 20:41-4, where Sa'id bin Jumhan is the narrator. And guess what? Both hadiths are da'if, weak. And they are weak because of the matan, munkar. And it says when Ahmad ibn Hanbal himself was asked about the narrator Sa'id bin Jumhan, Ahmad ibn Hanbal said, batil, it's false, unacceptable. The text is rejected. But of course, you never mentioned that and kept it hidden from your foolish and gullible audience. But what can we expect from a shameless deceiver like yourself, ya lesbiano, ya Makr ibn Makr?
What's interesting, and I mentioned this already, all these reports have a consistent meta, meaning no single later narrator after Sa'id ibn Juhman adds or takes away from the significant details found in the report. Rather, across all the witnesses, the meta and the information, the content stays consistent.
What a lie. Let me bury you one more time. Shu'aib al-Arnaout graded it as weak and said that the matan, the text, is rejected because of Sa'id bin Juhman. And here is why. Sometimes Sa'id said he got it from Ibn Abu Bakr. And in another version, he said that he got it from Muslim bin Abi Bakr. And in another version, he said that he got it from Abdullah bin Abi Bakr. So he's all over the place and he seems to be confused which son of Abi Bakr he got it from. So we have three different identifications of his immediate source. What a mess. In Siyar A'lam al-Nubala by Imam al-Dhahabi, volume 3 on page 5, we read that Abu Bakr has 4 sons: Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Aziz, and Muslim. As you see, these are 4 distinct individuals. And here's what makes it even more damaging. There's an inconsistent chain problem, and here is why. The original chain goes through Abdul Rahman bin Abi Bakr, but Sa'id's version decades later can't consistently identify whether he heard it from Muslim, Abdullah, or just leave it vague, Ibn Abi Bakr. So which son did you hear it from? This is a foundational problem. If you can't tell who your exact teacher is or whom you have heard it from, that's a foundational problem in hadith criticism. So how can we trust you?
He claimed they're not consistent because I had said in the previous video that I made that the mutun are consistent throughout the narrations. He said, no, they're not consistent.
Of course the mutun, the texts inside the hadith, are not consistent. And here is the proof. Is the city called Al-Basra or Al-Busayra? Muslims, pick your cherries. Ahmad 20451 says Al-Busayra. Sunan Abi Dawood says Al-Basra. And in Ahmad 20414 there is doubt because it says Al-Basra or Al-Busayra. Before claiming something to be a prophecy or let alone a fulfilled prophecy, Muslims need to figure out first what the correct name is for that city. Is this a prophecy or a comedy? Remember, it's a name. For example, is the guy's name Dan, Dun, or Don? No idea, right? What a mess. From now on, it will become even more worse and messier. Here's something else strange going on that crumbles and buries this entire so-called prophecy. Abu Bakr is from Basra, his sons are from Basra, Sa'id himself is from Basra. Conclusion, the hadith must be about Basra and not Baghdad. Remember, in 1258 AD, the Mongol hordes attacked Baghdad and not Basra, which is more than 340 miles away. As I said, the hadith talks about Basra that is under attack. The entire chain is from Basra, talking about Basra during a crisis in Basra. This is a Basran production from Basran sources for a Basran audience, addressing a Basran crisis. So how is this about Baghdad? So how does this fulfill the so-called prophecy about Mongols attacking Baghdad, which is 340 miles away? Now the bridge details. Some narrations say a camp at the bridge called Dijla. Others say at the Dijla River with a bridge. And some don't even mention a bridge at all. Then the animals. One says tails of camels. Another one says tails of cattle. There's even a physical description change between the hadith variations. Some have broad faces and small eyes. Others only say broad-faced people with no mention of small eyes. These aren't minor word differences because they are contradictions in core details. Different city, setting, animals, and physical features. So Libyanus' claim there is a consistent method or text is a big fat lie.
Obama out.
Nick Watt, ABC News.
Please share this video on social media and let it go viral and stay away from Islam.